Hi, I'm Rachel Cathell with the Chamber. On this episode of Western Chester County Checks In, we're going into Keystone Valley Regional Fire Department to meet with the crew. I met with Rich Daisley, board member of Keystone Valley Fire Department, and he tells us how they embed themselves into the community.
The way we support the community, just a great example of that is just yesterday we supported the VFW's Memorial Day Parade, and then the 4th of July ceremonies in Parksburg. We're going to be involved in a couple days. Over the course of the year, there's a number of events that we support, not just the boroughs of the fire district, but also the local businesses.
We also met with Brian Gathercole, Deputy Chief, who talks about their service area.
Keystone Valley Fire Department is managed by Keystone Valley Regional Fire District, which is Parksburg Borough, West Salisbury Township, Highland Township, and we cover Salisbury Township for emergency medical services. We cover 48 square miles of Western Chester County, from Valley Township to the Lancaster County line. Within that 48 square miles, the coverage area, we provide fire, rescue, and EMS services.
He tells us how the growth in the area impacts our emergency response.
And we are seeing a large growth coming into our area. The number of transient motor vehicles coming down Business 30, the intersection of 10 and 30, and then the area within West Salisbury Township is growing on a day-to-day basis. On an average, we'll get from 1 to 5 calls alone on Business 30, and then our call volume within our area of Western Chester County has definitely been on an increase due to the growth within the area. We cover roughly 5,000 to 7,000 residents within our 48 square miles coverage area.
Rich discusses how grants help them operate.
Yeah, as a volunteer organization, we rely on support from various government entities. We've been very successful in obtaining support from both our local, county, state, and federal politicians to help us with major purchases. For example, we just received a $200,000 grant from Representative Houlihan to help us purchase new self-contained breathing apparatus, and we're working with state and federal politicians to help defer some of the cost of a new engine that's on order. So we really appreciate the support that we get from the community, and including that is politicians from all levels.
He talks about the importance of volunteerism.
I think the best way to help Keystone Valley Fire Department is to volunteer. I know sometimes people feel like they don't have the time or maybe the skills to do it. Take it from someone who's an accountant by trade. You can always learn the fire service, and I think the most important thing is to knock on the door and take the initiative. Sometimes you drive by and the doors aren't open, but that doesn't mean that we're not open for business. So I would definitely advise anyone who has the interest, not just in terms of running fire calls, but also in helping in the administrative side. We really appreciate all the support we can get, and would look forward to more members of the community helping us out.
In addition to volunteers, the department also has career staff to make up the crew.
These agencies within the fire service were family-oriented. Those days have gone, and we have transitioned to what they call combination. So now we're all volunteers supported by career staff. For instance, Keystone Valley Fire Department has 5 people on during the day, 4 that are on the ambulance, and 1 that's dedicated to the firefighting activities of our organization. The fire service is constantly developing and changing, where volunteers are unfortunately not able to respond, so we are now making it a business where we have to employ individuals to be our firefighters and EMTs.
Brian takes us through a tour of the equipment used for emergency response.
When it comes to the firefighting call volume, we have specialized apparatus based off of our geographical location. For instance, this truck here is for our rural municipalities that have no hydrants, so we rely on rural water, which this truck here carries 3,200 gallons and will bring the water to the fire. The ambulance responds on every single emergency, not just emergency medical service calls. They respond to every firefighter just for protection of the firefighters and safety to help us in case a firefighter goes down. Another piece of specialized equipment is this rescue truck here. A rescue truck or a squad sometimes is a multi-versatile truck. We call them toolboxes on wheels. This truck here has 750 gallons of water. It can do firefighting, suppression, and it also responds to all of our accidents along Route 30 and Route 10 and all of our major corridors that come through our municipality. It carries a dual complement of Jaws of Life Hearst rescue equipment on both sides and for vehicle extrication, along with every single tool that you could possibly buy or purchase at Home Depot. They're usually carried on here. Fans for ventilating large structures, and then just all of our hand tools in general.
For Brian, serving is a family legacy.
The fire service and emergency services altogether for me is a family tradition. So I was third generation to come up into the fire service. It was always family oriented.
Rich reflects on his time at the fire department.
As someone who got started late in the fire service, I really didn't join until my late 30s. The thing I keep kicking myself about is that I didn't start earlier. I've had a lot of great experiences in my paid job, but I wouldn't have traded any of them for the opportunities to help the community that I've gotten in the volunteer fire service, whether it's major calls or just helping someone with a minor problem. The sense of satisfaction that I get is just phenomenal.
Keystone Valley is such an important part of our emergency services in Chesco West. I'm Rachel Cathell reporting for Western Chester County Checks In. See you next time.